Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name is Josh Hall. This is the Doghouse Racing League Tuesday night ARCA series here from Texas Motor Speedway on iRacing. Getting ready for race number 11. Just 2 more races left in the season here in the Doghouse Racing League to crown a champion. So it's going to be a great one here today. So far, Jamie Horn is the quickest on the racetrack, but we will get those points up there in just a moment for you. As we take a look to see who is currently out on the racetrack running some laps. We see there's Kevin Brown running a few laps at the moment, trying to get his track position ready. Or here's practice underway here. No idea why. Well, we're going to have to look ugly for just a second as we pop the points up into the screen here. I am not sure why. It's not letting me put the points up. So let's see if we can do something to fix that. Well, it's not going to be the prettiest way to do it, but at least this will give us the point standings or as they sit right now. Of course, now it wants to pop it there, which is not where I wanted it. Anyways, let's see if we can figure this out here on my end. I apologize for this. And for some reason, it wants to pop in the wrong spot. So we're going to get this straightened out here in just a second as we try to figure out why this is doing this, but at least we'll have this for you guys. At least it's something to see. There's your points coming in. Jamie Horn currently your points leader, 43 points ahead of second place Brandon Lopez. Christopher Simon sits back in third as well. He is tied actually with Brandon Lopez for that second position. Justin McMahon just 2 points behind them, back in fourth, and Hunter Simpson 60 points behind Jamie Horn and just 15 points behind Justin McMahon. So the points are tight and heating up here with just a few more races, actually with just 2 more races to go. See who else is out on track right now making some laps. We see Christopher Simon right there, right behind him. We see the that would be Jason Ross in the 00. As I mentioned, Jamie Horn currently the quickest car on the racetrack. Hunter Simpson second fastest. Mike Leftwich showing some speed up in third. Steven Bonomo, Kevin Brown, your top 5 here in this practice session with about 3 minutes left to go. So again, just 2 more races. Jamie Horn holding on to that points lead for now. Next week, we end the series at the biggest wild card track we can do it at, and that's at Talladega Super Speedway. So anything can happen next week. We could have a surprise winner and a surprise champion next week. We're going to have to see how this one plays out. We're watching a little battle on track here between Christopher Simon and Jason Ross. Texas is a bit of a tricky track. We're going to ride along here with Christopher Simon. Down into turn number 1. Progressive banking from the bottom to the top. Corner kind of drops off right here. Really easy to get loose there in the corner. Then you go down into turns 3 and 4. And these turns feel so much tighter than 1 and 2. You come off of turn number 4. It is really, really tight on exit. So you come down across the start-finish line. But as you go down into turn number 1, this track feels so wide. You feel like you can run 5, 6, 7 wide here through turns 1 and 2. So two totally different ends of the racetrack have two totally different characteristics. And that's what makes racing at this place tough and fun. So with about a minute and a half left here in practice. See Mark Dumont on track as well. He's got Mike Leftwich right behind. Garamillo on track. Kenneth Byers just coming down on the pit road. Richard Leclerc out there running some laps. So quite a few drivers still making some final preparations here before qualifying gets going. Of course, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. Whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Kick, or over on Twitch, we do appreciate you joining us here tonight. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow and subscribe, and hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Also, can't forget about our great partners, including our series sponsor, Trackside NASCAR Outlet. Trackside NASCAR Outlet is an authorized Lionel dealer with a full line of diecasts, including cup, Xfinity, truck, driver apparel, hats, and jackets. Trackside NASCAR Outlet offers everything NASCAR, including full-size and mini helmets, flags, and coolers. Stop by and check out their store, follow them on Facebook, or check out their website at tracksidenascaroutlet.com. Also, can't forget about our great partner over at Group 6. Rev up your brand's potential at Group 6 at every turn of the Doghouse racing season. As your creative marketing powerhouse, we're here to fuel your success, accelerate your impact, and steer your brand towards victory. Group 6, where every race is an opportunity to outshine and outperform. Discover more at group6inc.com. Of course, our great partner, as well as Doghouse Racing League's great partner over at Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is a well-known and established leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out what's right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. Not just does Butt Kicker have some great gaming haptics as well. You can figure out which movie theaters in your area might use Butt Kicker products, as well as maybe get set up for your home theater as well. So check it all out at thebuttkicker.com. Links down below in the description. Of course, link down below as well to the Doghouse Racing League website for all your news, stats, standings, and more involving the Doghouse Racing League. Check them out at the link in the description. And lastly, if you're a small-time race team looking for some swag, get a quote today over at IntensityRacing.com. We have full lines of swag available, including some pre-made stuff. We have our novelty t-shirts as well as Ali Amianwisa's racing gear as well. So check it out over at IntensityRacing.com. As we have cars on track getting their qualifying underway. About 4 minutes left here in qualifying. Mike Leftwich, one of the first drivers to make his way onto the racetrack as he comes off of turn number 4, heading towards the start-finish line to come take the white flag on his qualifying attempt. Mark Dumont also putting a time down on the racetrack as Gary O'Meal goes up to the top of the leaderboard with a 29.55. Here comes Leftwich down into turn number 3. Mike Leftwich making his way off of turn number 4 down towards the stripe. And Mike Leftwich going to be currently your quickest fastest with a 29.26. See Kevin Brown just turned his first lap coming down through turns 3 and 4, making his way towards the stripe. And Kevin Brown's going to go 5th quickest that time by. There's Stephen Bonomo down the backstretch towards turn number 3 in that Taco Bell machine. As Chris Leftwich currently goes 2nd quickest. At the moment, making an all Leftwich front row. Here comes Bonomo down across the stripe. And Steve Bonomo is going to jump up into the 4th position. John Ross just went 3rd quickest as here comes Hunter Simpson down across the stripe. His first of 2 laps. He's going to go 5th quickest on his first one. Down the backstretch and into turn number 3, Hunter Simpson holding it right down on that white line, coming off of turn 4. Down across the stripe. Brandon Lopez goes to the top of the leaderboard. Here comes Hunter Simpson's time coming in. And he's going to be a little bit slower on his second lap. Runs at 29:36. So Brandon Lopez currently to the top of the leaderboard, as here's Jamie Horn, who missed last week's race. He's here this week, trying to extend that points lead. Coming to the checkered flag on his qualifying attempt. Down across the stripe, and Jamie Horn jumps up to the pole with a 29:18. See John Smith coming across the stripe to take his white flag. Currently 15th quickest. See if he's able to improve here on that time. Should have plenty of time to get a lap in here, as we have about 40 seconds left, and he is not going to get a lap in as he catches the outside wall coming off of turn number 2. Just going to disallow his time. That's going to do it for qualifying. We have 30 seconds left. 4 drivers yet to qualify, but they will not be able to qualify due to time constraints. So that is going to do it in qualifying, as we get ready to take a look at our starting grid. Of course, we've got the chat open. If you're watching at home, have anyone to cheer on, go ahead, give them a shout out. We're right here on the radio, or right here on the stream. As time now expires, and we get ready to take a look at our starting grid. There it is. Starting on pole here tonight is the 98 of Jamie Horn. Brandon Lopez going to roll off from position number 2. Mike Leftwich in the 8 will roll off 3rd, with Chris Leftwich in the 83 rolling off in 4th, making it all Leftwich row 2. Excuse me. Jason Ross going to roll off from the 5th spot, with Steven Bonomo in 6th. Hunter Simpson and Daniel Wilkerson make up row number 4, with Gary Amio and Mark Dumont in row number 5. Kevin Brown in the 33 roll off 11th, with Kenneth Byers in the 99 in the 12th spot. 13th will be Christopher Simon, with Richard Leclerc back in the 14th spot. John Smith rolls off 15th, with Josh Cully from position 16. Eric Warman in the 31, he'll roll off 17th. Bill Gentry in the 4 rolls off from the 18th position, and rounding out the field in the 19th spot will be the 20 of Michael Dow. As the field gets lined up here on pit road, just a few more moments before we get our drivers rolling. Jamie Horn's already announced that he will be selecting the outside lane on the initial start. And here at Texas, that outside lane is the preferred lane on starts and restarts for sure. As you saw how wide turns 1 and 2 are, it really allows you to spread out there, get an advantage, use that high lane momentum to your advantage to make the pass and hold on to that top spot. Again, the Doghouse Racing League Tuesday Night ARCA Series is brought to you by Trackside NASCAR Outlet. Trackside NASCAR Outlet's an authorized Lionel dealer with a full line of Diecast, including cup, Xfinity, truck, driver apparel, hats, and jackets. Trackside NASCAR Outlet offers everything NASCAR, including full-size and mini helmets, flags, and coolers. Stop by and check out their store, follow them on Facebook, or check out their website at www.tracksidenascaroutlet.com. As the field makes their way down the backstretch, and we get ready to go green flag racing. Daniel Wilkerson having an issue here with his sounds like he's having issues with his sound. Top row is checked up there. So here the field comes down to the green flag. Off turn 4 through the quad oval. Green flag is in the air. Jamie Horn punches it. And we are racing, but Brandon Lopez timed that start great. He is right there to the inside of Jamie Horn as they come down into turns 1 and 2 for the first time. Side by side down into turn number 1. Jamie Horn pinches that 3 machine down. As they come down into turn number 3, Jamie Horn going to use that high lane advantage to take the lead back as Chris Leftwich now up on the high side, trying to get around Mike Leftwich, trying to clear that 8 machine, not quite able to do it just yet. Now he does. He's going to settle into the 3rd position right behind Brandon Lopez as they come down into turn number 1. Jason Ross trying to work the high side of Hunter Simpson as they come off of turn number 2. Jamie Horn not able to get away, though, as Chris Leftwich using that high lane, trying to get up to the outside of the 98 as they come off of turn number 4 down through the quad oval. It's going to be at the line. Chris Leftwich by a nose. Meanwhile, just behind them, we see Stephen Bonomo right on the tail of the 3 of Brandon Lopez. He has the 8 of Mike Leftwich to his outside as they thought about going 3 wide down the backstretch for a moment, thought better of it. Bonomo now into the inside of Mike Leftwich as they come down through turns 3 and 4. Jason Ross into 00. He's up on the outside of Ken Byers. Here comes the 14 of Mark Dumont trying to come into this mix as well. Up front, though, Jamie Horn still trying to hold off both Brandon Lopez and Christopher Leftwich, who both run in side by side in 2nd and 3rd. Right now we're seeing 2 distinct groups. And our top 13 are nose to tail. Actually, top 14 are nose to tail. As Chris Leftwich again tries the outside of Jamie Horn down through turns 1 and 2. .84 laps will be the distance, which means your stage will be at lap 42. As Leftwich, Chris Leftwich that is, tries to clear Jamie Horn off of turn number 4. Almost able to do it, but Horn fighting back on the inside as they come down into turn number 1. And right behind him we see Hunter Simpson, Mike Leftwich, Brandon Lopez, Stephen Bonomo all battling it out. We see the 99 of Kenneth Byers in this mix, as well as Chris Leftwich had to settle in and tuck in behind the 98 of Jamie Horn. Now Chris Leftwich with a little bit of a challenge from behind by the 9 of Stephen Bonomo. Still great racing up at the front here as Jason Ross looks to the outside of Hunter Simpson. Back up front, Chris Leftwich makes a move down to the inside, forcing Stephen Bonomo up to the high side as they come off of turn number 2. Bonomo, though, with that high lane, trying to get the run down the backstretch and into turn number 3. He's going to hold off Chris Leftwich for now, as right behind we see Brandon Lopez fighting with Jason Ross. Ross moves himself up into the 4th position as Kenneth Byers works to the high side of Brandon Lopez, trying to take over that 5th spot. A little further back, Christopher Simon starting to work that high side. He's already up 4 spots. Right behind you see the 88 of Josh Cully. He's up 6 spots since the drop of the green flag. Continuing to move their way forward. Your biggest mover, though, is the 99 of Kenneth Byers. Up into the 5th position, up 7 spots from where he started. A little contact there. So we have 3 wide racing behind as Mike Leftwich has to back out of it. due to Brandon Lopez and Chris Simon getting side by side. A couple big losers as they go 3 wide down into turn number 3. Ooh, Hunter Simpson got a little loose down there on that low side, able to hold on to it. And Simon moves up into the 6th position. Brandon Lopez continues to bleed spots here as he has Mike Leftwich, another driver who's lost a ton of positions. They continue their backward slide. Here goes Mark Dumont looking up to the high side. Brandon Lopez now looking up to the high side of Hunter Simpson. A little more slicing and dicing here in the middle of the pack. Meanwhile, up front, Chris Leftwich has taken over the lead with Jason Ross sitting in 2nd. Here's how he did it down into turn number 1. I'm sorry, turn number 4, just drives it in deep. Able to take that momentum off turn number 4 and hold it as he drives hard down into turn number 1 to take over that top spot. Now back to live action as Jamie Horn has gotten back around Jason Ross for the moment as Ross trying to use that high lane again to try to get around Jamie Horn. Horn struggling down on that low side compared to what the others are able to do up on that high side. And with Horn and Ross running side by side in his mirror, it's exactly what Chris Leftwich wants to see. Just behind, we see a little 3-wide racing as Christopher Simon was just to the inside of Bonomo and Kenneth Byers. They were able to settle that one out without any issues there. So we go back 2-wide racing here between Byers and Simon. Battle for the 5th position. Was trying to make a move down to the inside of Kenneth Byers while having a mirror full of Hunter Simpson trying to make a move here as they come down across the stripe. Jamie Horn thought about making that move up to the high side to get back around Christopher Simon. Was not able to do it. Now he's going to drive down to the inside as they come down the backstretch. And Leftwich going to lose that top spot to Jamie Horn, who's going to retake the lead here on lap number 17. Christopher Simon and Stephen Bonomo side by side. This is a battle for the 5th position. As Hunter Simpson wants to make his way into this mix as well. Jamie Horn and Chris Leftwich starting to pull away from Jason Ross. Those two running, actually our top 3 running almost identical lap times. Down across the stripe here. Jamie Horn with a 72. Chris Leftwich with a 90 that time. Jason Ross, 75. Ken Byers with a 76. So real tight lap times. Oh, as Ross gets up into the outside wall, makes heavy contact with that outside wall. It's going to allow the momentum shift to go to the 99 of Kenneth Byers. That was an awfully hard hit to that double zero's right side. Don't know how much damage there is. There's more contact there almost between Christopher Simon and Jason Ross. Here comes Hunter Simpson looking down to the inside. He's going to take over the third position from Kenneth Byers here as they come off of turn number 4. So double zero, Jason Ross looks like he's able to keep up the speed. Again, not quite sure how hard the right side made contact with the wall. Oh, as Byers gets turned. Caution is out. That's going to bring up our wreckage rewind. As we try to figure out what brought out this caution. See, Hunter Simpson gets into the back of the 99 of Ken Byers. Byers gets completely sideways there in front of the field. Able to hold on to it. You see the sparks flying off the splitter. Stephen Bonomo runs in the back of Josh Cully. Just nowheres to go. Front clip of the 9 car comes off. Don't know how much damage he's going to have to get repaired here. As the entire field makes their way down pit road. About halfway through the stage. We see the first car off pit road will be the 88 of Josh Cully. Take a look at that lap time. He had a 7.47 pit stop, so I think he took fuel only. Get that track position out in front. Jamie Horn, Chris Leftwich come off 2-3. Ken Byers back in 4th. Christopher Simon in the 5th position. Everybody taking 4 tires except the 88 of Josh Cully. Not really sure how that's going to work out for Cully, as we've already seen time fall-offs quite a bit. Okay, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Kick, or over on Twitch. We appreciate you tuning in here tonight, or if you're watching after the fact, we appreciate you tuning in afterwards as well. Again, don't forget to check out our great partners listed down in the description, including the Doghouse Racing League's website, the Trackside NASCAR Outlet, our series sponsor, as well as our website over at IntensityRacing.com. Of course, our great partner and Doghouse Racing League's great partner, the Butt Kicker. Here we go, the field coming down the backstretch towards turn number 3. Pace car getting ready to take a hard left-hand turn down on the pit road, where Josh Cully is going to lead him back to the starting zone. We'll have to see if those old tires are able to hold off Jamie Horn for a little while, or if he falls like a rock being the only driver on old tires. Here we go. Green flag is back in the air, and we are back racing here at Texas Motor Speedway. As cars get up to speed right now, those old tires not affecting Josh Cully too much. But as they come off of turn number 2, this is where the tires are going to show their age already. As here comes Chris Leftwich, also going to move right to the outside of the 88. But Cully showing some a little spunk here with those old tires. It'll stay right along the side of Chris Leftwich. I think through 3 and 4, you're able to stay a little bit closer as they go 3 wide down into turn number 3. As there's a little bit more banking, even though it's a little tighter of the track. And turn number 4 really sneaks up on you like that. There's a little bit more banking, so you'll see these drivers able to hold it a little bit more wide open. Where 1 and 2, it's a little bit flatter, a little bit wider. And that's where those old tires are really going to show their age. Jamie Horn now to the lead with Chris Leftwich right behind. As caution is out, and it looks like it is for the 88 of Josh Cully. Oh, Jason Ross is claiming fault on that one, so we'll take a look here at another wreckage rewind. You see Cully there right in that black 88. Jason Ross right behind as they come off of turn number 4. And oh yeah, Jason Ross just misjudges it. Right rears the 88 right up into the outside wall. I'm sure it looks like just the 88 was involved there. So we ride along here with the 88 of Cully. Fortunately for Cully, doesn't look like too much damage to that 88 machine. He should be able to continue on, although I imagine he's going to come down pit road this time and get fresh tires. A couple drivers coming down pit road here. We see Eric Warman, Gary Romeo, John Smith, Mark Dumas, Josh Cully, Stephen Bonomo. Actually, looks like Bonomo on pit road with a lot of damage to that 9 machine. Looks like he might be out of the race. Daniel Wilkerson also still sitting down on pit road as Eric Warman makes his way off of pit road. Looks like it was a fuel-only stop for the 31. Same for John Smith and Gary Romeo. Fortunately for Cully here, doesn't look like much damage to that 88 machine. He should be able to continue on with no issues. As Jamie Horn making his way down the backstretch. Josh Cully still on pit road. As I believe the pace car will be coming in, or turn its lights off this time by. We'll see if Jamie Horn chooses the inside or outside on this restart. Well, there they are. Lights are off. Horn to the outside. Josh Cully did go a lap down. He is just coming off pit road now, so maybe a little more damage to that 88. Yeah, you see the right side of that car has, or excuse me, the left side of that car has quite a bit of damage to that left rear. Looks like he got most of it fixed up though, so he should be able to continue on without issues. So here we go as the field makes their way down the backstretch. 10 laps to go here in the stage when they come across the stripe. Pace car getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. Green flag flies. We are back racing. Another great jump for Jamie Horn down through the restart zone and towards turn number 1. Chris Leftwich right there on the back bumper trying to make something happen as well. As our first side-by-side battles between Mike Leftwich and Brandon Lopez as they come off of turn number 2. Gaggle of cars in the back. As Hunter Simpson's going to make it 3 wide down into turn number 3 underneath Kevin Brown and Bill Gentry. Gentry's going to roll out of it a little bit. Allow Hunter Simpson and Kevin Brown to go 2 wide down the front stretch. Brown runs way up the racetrack here, trying to keep that momentum on his side as they come down the backstretch towards turn number 3. Brown has almost cleared Hunter Simpson. Simpson using that low lane to his advantage through turns 3 and 4. Oh, big wiggle! 117, Richard Leclerc goes around right in front of the field. Spins it down on the pit road. We stay green. Not sure what just happened to Richard Leclerc, but we saw a big wiggle out of that 117 here as we take a look again to see what happened. Oh, got down on the apron. Car snaps around on him. Everybody able to avoid him. Looks like he was able to just barely keep it off the wall. We see him sitting back now in the 17th position. It looks like not a lot of damage to that 117. He should be able to continue on. Meanwhile, Christopher Simon has now joined the party. Running in the 3rd spot, Ken Byers and Mike Leftwich. Your top 5 in front of, right behind Jamie Horn and Chris Leftwich. Battle starting to heat up here. John Smith working on the back bumper of Jason Ross. Again, we're seeing that high lane have the advantage off the corners. Michael Leftwich getting around Jamie Horn. Jamie Horn, I don't know if he's having some issues or what, but he's starting to slide back a little bit. See if something happened to Jamie Horn here. Looks like he's just taking it easy here, trying to save a little bit of fuel maybe. He's fallen all the way back to the 5th position. Now he's trying to pass Mike Leftwich back for that 5th spot. Maybe he had a little technical issue on his side. As Horn moves himself back up into the 4th position. And Ken Myers takes over the lead in front of Christopher Simon and Chris Leftwich. Of course, coming to the line here, just one more lap in the stage. And down to the stripe. Sorry, this is the backstretch. Going down the backstretch for the final time in this stage. Ken Byers is going to be your stage winner. Christopher Simon going to bring it home P2. Chris Leftwich back in 3rd. Jamie Horn 4th. Mike Leftwich in 5th. Brandon Lopez, Hunter Simpson, Kevin Brown, Bill Gentry, and Jason Ross. Your top 10 in the stage. As the caution flies, it looks like it was for Bill Gentry. Turnaround in turn number 3. As we take a look to see what happened back here, both drivers taking fault, taking blame for this one. So we'll see what happened here is Ross down on the inside, Bill Gentry up on the high side. They come down into turn number 3. And yeah, looks like just 2 drivers going for the same piece of real estate. I'd really chalk that one up more to a racing deal than anything. Doesn't look like either driver really was doing anything malicious there. Well, it sounds like Bill here in the 4 is going to take the EOL for that one. Going to claim fault, and that is going to bring the entire field back down pit road. Minus Hunter Simpson. Steve Bonomo going to get the lucky dog here. Get himself back up on the lead lap. Josh Kelly got the lucky dog on the previous yellow, got himself back onto the lead lap. Let's see who gets off pit road first. Looks like Brandon Lopez off pit road first. Ken Byers and Eric Warman and Michael Dow. So a bunch of drivers taking 2 tires only. Looks like 2 tires only for Lopez, Byers, Warman, Michael Dow. Everybody else taking 4 tires. Let's see how this works out for some of these guys up at the front. Now Lopez is going to come down pit road and either top off here or take the other tires. As we see the three make his way all the way back down pit road to his stall. Looks like fuel only, just topping off. Same with Steven Bonomo right behind, just coming in to top off. As the lights are off on the pace car, we go 1 to go. We have 38 laps to go when we take the green flag here. So here we go. Pace car getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road again. Hunter Simpson, your control car down on the low side. Jamie Horn up on the high side. I'm sorry, that's Ken Byers up on the high side. Hunter Simpson with 4 tires, but last in on lap 23, so he's on much older tires. 2 tires for Byers as Hunter Simpson able to get out with a great jump down into turn number 1. We'll see if 2 tires or 4 tires prevail. Christopher Simon in the 21. He's the first driver on 4 tires. Making his way down into turn number 3. Kevin Brown right behind as well. Another driver on 4 tires. But currently Hunter Simpson on those very old tires. Again, last in on lap 23. So almost 30 lap old tires here, able to hold on to that top spot. Big move for Josh Cully in the back. Saw him sideways trying to get turned down underneath the 14 of Mark Dumont. He's going to take over the 11th spot. Meanwhile, here comes Ken Byers on those new tires. Down to the inside in turns 1 and 2. And that is 4 tires taking on no tires up at the front. Oh, Gary Emil hard in the outside wall. He's going to hold it up there. No caution. As they're going to go 3 wide behind with Christopher Simon up on the high side. Eric Warman in the middle. Ken Byers to the inside. They make it work there as they come off of turn number 4. Now Kevin Brown into the mix here as they come down into turn number 1. Side by side for the second position. Here comes Ken Byers with Eric Warman to the high side. Warman's going to use that high lane advantage and a little push here from Christopher Simon down the backstretch towards turn number 3. Great battles up front. Right behind you see Michael Dow and Jason Ross going at it. That is a battle for the 7th position. Ross is going to, John Smith's going to take that spot as Jason Ross now takes a look down to the inside of Dow. He's going to take that spot away. Ken Byers able to tuck back in line, but here comes Jason Ross and John Smith. The 10 of Smith, the 00 of Ross, as they're moving their way up through the field right now. Just 33 laps to go. Christopher Simon now going to take a look down underneath Eric Warman as they come off of turn number 2. Great battling all over the racetrack as here comes Christopher Simon. Again on 4 fresh tires. Trying to run down Hunter Simpson to take the lead away from the 5 machine. Laps are counting down quickly as Simpson comes across the line this time. We'll have just 31 laps to go. Eric Warman, a bit of a battle back here with the 00 of John Ross. Ross going to take that spot away and up into the top 5. Now Kevin Brown and Christopher Simon try and take the top spot away. As they come down through the quad oval into turn number 1, Christopher Simon is there. He's going to look down to the inside. He's going to get around the 5 of Hunter Simpson. He's going to clear the 5 to take sole possession of the top spot as they come down the backstretch towards turn number 3. Kevin Brown's not going to say, it's my turn, as he comes down off the corner of turn number 4 up on that high side. Now Brown's going to take over that second position. Here comes a 10 of John Smith, trying to move himself up towards the front. Meanwhile, Kevin Brown right on the back bumper of Christopher Simon. Here comes John Smith up to the high side now of Hunter Simpson off of turn number 4. Great battles up front here as both Jason Ross and John Smith able to clear Hunter Simpson. They're going to make their way into the battle for the race win here with 26 laps to go. Hunter Simpson looking back down to the inside of Jason Ross, but just not able to make anything happen with those older tires. Come off of turn number 4 to the stripe. 25 laps to go now here in the event. Christopher Simon out in front trying to hold off Kevin Brown. Meanwhile, he's also trying to hold off a hard-charging John Smith and Jason Ross behind as well. Christopher Simon just trying to put together 24 solid laps to get the race win. Kevin Brown trying to get his first podium of the season here as well. As John Smith takes a look down to the inside, Jason Ross going to follow through as well. Josh Cully up in the mix. Cully, who was just sideways, turned around and in the outside wall a few laps ago, now finds himself battling up here for a top 5. With Hunter Simpson on old tires. Now John Smith able to clear Kevin Brown and move himself up into the second position. Christopher Simon is hoping for these drivers behind to start battling it out. Take a little bit of pressure off him. However, John Smith putting down some flying laps right now. So he is slowly eating into the lead of Christopher Simon. Kevin Brown holding on to that third position for now. Jason Ross right behind, trying to get in position to put himself up on a podium spot as well. Here comes Ross taking a look down to the inside as they come down into turn at number 3. Josh Cully right there in the mix as well. They are side by side as they come off of turn number 4. Brown and Ross side by side across the stripe. Ross not able to get too far alongside that 33. Down into turn at number 3. Jason Ross trying to use that low lane to his advantage. Trying to use the shortest route around. Kevin Brown, though, coming down, trying to use a little side draft to keep that 0-0 at bay. Meanwhile, Josh Cully right there in this mix as well. Again, he was turned around backwards and in the wall just a few laps ago. One lap down, trying to get damage fixed, able to get that lucky dog. Put himself in position here with a top 5, and he wants more as Jason Ross has now moved up onto the podium. Kevin Brown slides back into the 4th position. Now it looks like he's going to lose another one here as Josh Cully battles down to the inside, which is 18 laps to go. Just behind him, we see Jamie Horn right there in the mix. Hunter Simpson, Eric Warman, the 99 of Ken Byers. It's still anybody's race here. Jamie Horn stuck back in dirty air, and that is not helping his 98 machine. As Cully and Brown continue to battle it out here for the 4th position as they battle out. It's allowing Jason Ross to pull away and extend his lead as they go 3 wide right behind. Kevin Brown into the outside wall. Gonna lose a few positions here as he's gonna fall back into the 9th position. Ooh, issues for Michael Dow. On the backstretch to see what happened to 20 here. Looks like he might have lost it off of turn number 2. Fortunately, down off the racing surface, able to get back down onto pit road. So no caution. As Christopher Simon going to bring it down to 15 laps to go. Last thing Christopher Simon wants to see is a caution as Jamie Horn up into the 5th position, working on the 88 of Josh Cully. There goes Horn up into the 4th position. And is there enough time for Horn to get himself up onto the podium? Just 14 laps to go. Take a look at the lap history. Jamie Horn's been a 10th quicker every lap. He is 6 tenths behind, so he should be able to catch Jason Ross in about, we're going to say about 7 or 8 laps, which will still be more than 5 laps to go when he does catch him. Although it is one thing to catch a driver, it's another to get around him. When we cross the line this time, we'll have just 12 laps to go. Christopher Simon continues. Put down some great laps. Last time by, ran a 30.02. This time by, ran a 30.07. Although John Smith just ran a 29.45. Jason Ross a 29.34 and Jamie Horn a 29.03. So every driver behind Christopher Simon is just a little bit quicker. 11 laps to go. This one is going to come right down to the wire. Jamie Horn looking out to the inside of Jason Ross this time. Side by side down the backstretch. This is for a podium spot. Jason Ross trying to hold on that high side as they come down across stripe. Just 10 laps to go. This is exactly what John Smith and Christopher Simon want to see in the mirror. These two battling side by side as Jamie Horn going to take over that third position. Puts him a second behind Christopher Simon and half a second behind the 10 of John Smith. In the chat, Miguel says, "Let's go, Christopher Simon. We love you. Make a great race. Podium this time. Just 10 more to get first place." And that's it. Christopher Simon trying to get that top spot. Hold on to that top spot with a hard-charging John Smith and Jamie Horn coming to 8 laps to go this time by. Take a look at the lap history, and there you have it. Christopher Simon starting to pull back away from John Smith. This time by, John Smith was just a little bit quicker that time, but not quite enough of a gain to really make a dent in that interval between Christopher Simon and John Smith as Jamie Horn now closes in on the back bumper of John Smith. Jamie Horn is there coming down across the stripe, looking down to the inside, side by side down into turn at number 1. Jamie Horn tries to pull a little slide job there, but here comes John Smith fighting back on the outside. This is what Christopher Simon loves to see in the mirror. As here comes Horn down to the inside into turns 3 and 4. Where he's been so much stronger all race long, going to take over that second position. I will watch these lap times as Jamie Horn has been quite a bit faster than Christopher Simon. Off of turn at number 4, John Smith trying to battle back on Jamie Horn, trying to slow him up just a little bit. As we are coming to 5 laps to go. Two-tenths quicker Jamie Horn was that lap than Christopher Simon. As he gets closer and closer, that dirty air is going to play more of an effect with 5 laps to go. Looks like Horn is going to catch Christopher Simon, but is he going to have enough to get by? 4 laps to go as they cross the stripe this time. Simon's been so good down in this part of the racetrack, down through turns 1 and 2. As he gets off the corner a little bit better, Jamie Horn catches the outside wall. That's going to break his momentum. That's going to allow John Smith to take a look down to the inside and retake over that second position. How much damage did Jamie Horn do to that car as we have 3 laps to go? Jamie Horn trying to reset his mindset here, see if he has anything left in the tank or if he did any damage to that 98 machine. As they run down the backstretch towards turn number 3. From the flag stand, we see 2 laps to go for Christopher Simon here at Texas Motor Speedway. Now John Smith mounting a charge here in these final laps as he makes his way, catches the outside wall. Not quite as hard as Jamie Horn did, but enough to break his momentum as well down into turn number 3. Down to the stripe, white flag is in the air. One more lap to go. Does John Smith or Jamie Horn have anything for Christopher Simon as they come down into turn number 1 for the final time? Simon holding that low lane down through turns 1 and 2, trying to play a little bit of a defensive line here as both Jamie Horn and John Smith both catch the outside wall coming off of turn number 2. 0.3 of a second separates Christopher Simon from John Smith as he comes off of turn number 4, makes his way to the stripe, and Christopher Simon is going to win here at Texas Motor Speedway. John Smith going to bring it home in second. Jamie Horn comes home in third. Eric Warman with a top 5 finish in fourth, and Josh Cully going to round out your top 5. But how about Christopher Simon making the strategy work and getting the win here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway? And I know Miguel in the chat is happy to see that. Is Christopher Simon going to come down to the front stretch? He's going to celebrate here, burn it down right here on the front stretch. As Christopher Simon is your winner here from Texas Motor Speedway. As we're going to take a look at our final results. Christopher Simon gets the win. John Smith comes home second. Jamie Horn in third. Eric Warman and Josh Cully round out your top 5. Ken Byers in the 6th position. Jason Ross brings it home in 7th. Bill Gentry in the 8th spot. Brandon Lopez and Kevin Brown your top 10. Mark Dumont comes home in the 11th spot. Gary Amio back in 12th. Richard Leclerc comes home 13th. Chris Leftwich and Mike Leftwich 14th and 15th respectively. Hunter Simpson brings it home in 16th. Stephen Bonomo a couple laps down in 17th. And Michael Dow, your 18th place finisher, with Daniel Wilkerson rounding out the field here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. As we get ready to talk to our top 3. Of course, we want to remind you to don't forget to check out our great partners, including your series sponsor, Trackside NASCAR Outlet, which is an authorized Lionel dealer with full line of diecast, including cup, Xfinity truck, driver apparel, hats, and jackets. Also offers everything from full-size mini helmets, flags, coolers. Stop by their location, check them out on Facebook, or check out their website at www.tracksidenascaroutlet.com. Also don't want to forget our great partners over at the Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is a well-known and established leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. Check out the full line of Butt Kicker products. Figure it's right for you by visiting thebuttkicker.com. And, of course, can't forget about our partner over at Group 6. Group 6. Rev up your brand's potential with Group 6 at every turn of the Doghouse racing season. As your creative marketing powerhouse, we're here to fuel your success, accelerate your impact, and steer your brand towards victory. Group 6, where every race is an opportunity to outshine and outperform. Discover more at group6inc.com. As we get ready to talk to our top 3, starting with our 3rd place finisher, Jamie Horn. Jamie, you got Josh up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, looked like you were going to run down Christopher Simon there. Just got up in the outside wall. Looks like you really hurt that car with about 5 laps to go. Talk us through the race, the strategy, and how you're able to get you so fast there at the end to even have a chance at Simon there at the end.
Really don't know because my wheel was actually, it was almost 90 degrees off after right before one of the cautions. I smacked the wall coming out of 2 pretty good. Looking in my mirror, not paying attention to my line, and I ended up hitting the wall. So I actually got wheel damage then, and I repaired 2 minutes out of the 6 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever it was that I needed, and I was just gonna run easy at the first part of that last run and see if I could do anything at the end. And I was kind of shocked that I was able to make it up there. I kept telling Steven and the guys that any minute this tire's gonna give up, and I got up there to him, but I think I killed that right front just with that wheel damage. So nothing more I could have done, but congrats to him on the win.
Seemed like a pretty clean race. I know we had the cautions there before the stage break. You said you had the damage there. Were you kind of hoping for a caution to come out that would not just even up the field a little bit, but give you an opportunity to get that damage fixed and maybe have a shot there at the win?
Yeah, I was actually happy the caution come out. I really needed one more after that to maybe go in and get the rest of it fixed. But I honestly, I think it was actually helping the car turn in one and two a lot with the damage. So I don't know. It might have been a good thing to keep the damage there.
Yeah, it looked like your car was a little bit stronger down in 1 and 2 than anybody else out on the racetrack. Well, big points night for you tonight. Big points lead going into Talladega next week. I know Talladega is kind of a crapshoot. It's kind of a wild card race. What's going to be the goal next week?
Survive. I don't know. I got to be cautious after missing Bristol last week because of the update. And my computer was 2 minutes too slow getting done, and so I lost some points last week. And tonight the goal was really just to come in and have a good points night, get some stage points, and finish decent. So we did that, and I I don't know where we'll end up in points after this one, what the gap will be, but that'll kind of determine on how I race next week. If I feel like I got a pretty good points gap, I might go up there and be in the mix. If not, I might play it safe and ride in the back. I don't know. I've tried both ways at Talladega and Daytona, and somehow trouble always finds me. So I don't know how it's going to go.
Well, good luck next week at Talladega. We saw in the shout outs here on the in the chat, both Doghouse Racing TV and Hunter Folly giving you some shout outs here in the chat. So before we let you go, anyone you want to thank, any shout outs you got to give?
Thanks to you for the broadcast. Always fun going back and watch it. Thanks to our sponsors, series sponsor Trackside NASCAR Outlet, uh, Shoney's, Nap Daddy Racing, SSR Designs, everybody that sponsors the lead to help keep it going. Uh, Shout out to Daniel for everything he does. Congrats to Christopher Simon and John Smith on their top three tonight. And shout out to my mom at home watching.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations on the podium here. Getting another good points day. Good luck next week at Talladega, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again soon.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
You as well. That was your third place finisher, Jamie Horn. Let's bring in your second place finisher, John Smith. Whoop. John, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Back-to-back podiums for you here on Tuesday night, and another great run for you, trying to eat into that points lead there up at the front. Talk us through the race, because you had one of the fastest cars there at the end, minus Jamie trying to run down Christopher Simon. It looks like he might have cut the wall there right at the end to kind of break your momentum.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even going to lie. That was definitely a lucky second place. Jamie was a lot faster. I hadn't made up my mind. I was just going to let him go. I was actually just talking to Chris Simon a second ago that I did not know how to run 3 and 4 until Jamie passed me with about 10-ish to go. And I saw him do it, and I was like, well, I tried the same thing he did. And that helped out a ton after just seeing him pass me one time and getting the Jamie Horn experience as he goes by. But no, congrats to Chris Simon. That was a wild race. I had a lot of technical issues there at the beginning. Had to sit back for a little bit and finally got it fixed and figured out how to run the track. Moved up a little bit.
The Jamie Horn experience. I like that. We're going to have to start using that one here on the broadcast. But no, like you said, well, technical issues are never fun. What kind of technical plagues were you having there at the beginning of the race?
Just a little bit of everything, man. I mean, if it could happen, it was happening. The frame rate was dropping. I had some latency issues. My UI was all over the place since the new update. Couldn't see where I was supposed to line up at. Couldn't see how fast I was going. So I was using the Alt K and trying to fix my UI as I was pacing on that first lap.
As someone who runs in VR, that would be almost impossible for me to try to get done. But man, overcoming the adversity here, get yourself up on the podium here. Next week we move over to Talladega, which is like I just said to Jamie, kind of a crapshoot. It's kind of the wild card race of the season. What's your plan for next week to get max points? And do you have a plan for next week?
I think the plan is just to avoid walking under any ladder, stepping on any cracks. Just all the keep the bad juju away. I really I mean, I think I'm in a minority when I say it, but I hate super speedways. I mean, it's a lottery pick. When you go out there, half the time, I say 90% of the time, it's a lottery pick. But I don't know, some of these guys got it figured out. I know the Beast Mode Performance team out here, they definitely know what they're doing, and that Shoney's team can put it together too. So just hope to get lucky, make some friends out there, and draft my way to the front, and hope I got 4 tires on it at the end.
Well, good luck next week at Talladega. You got a couple shout outs here in the chat. Doghouse Racing TV says, well done, Johnny Smith. Who else was it? Hunter Folly said the same thing. Well done, Johnny Smith. So a couple shout outs to you. And before we let you go, anyone you want to shout back out?
Yeah, shout out to Hunter. He was my spotter tonight and give me some actually critical calls where I couldn't see it from my A post where a wreck was happening one time, and he feeding me that information. So thank you to him. Shout out to the league. I know Daniel Wilkerson, Jamie Horn, and Tyler Millette. I'm probably missing some admins right now, but all do a good job putting it together. I recently tried my hand at starting a league, and it's a headache. So I definitely got a good appreciation for them. Also for you too. I understand how hard that is now as well. So thank you for what you do up there in the broadcast as well. Also want to shout out Engine 4 Coffee, Premier Setup Shops, Group 6, NASCAR Trackside Outlet, SSR Designs, Nap Daddy Racing, everybody else that sponsors the league that I'm probably leaving out. And yeah, that's about it.
Awesome, man. Well, again, good luck at Talladega. Stay out of the trouble, and maybe we'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, sir.
Have a great night.
You too.
So that was Jonathan Smith, your second place finisher. Let's bring in the man of the hour, winner of the race here tonight at Texas, Christopher Simon. Christopher, Christopher, you got Josh up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Man, what a race for you, putting it all together there at the end. Started a little further back, made up 12 spots. So you started back in 12th to get yourself up to the lead. A little bit of pit strategy, it looked like, got you some track position and ultimately the win. Talk us through the race and what the strategy was to get yourself up towards the front.
Man, like I had a bad qualifying run the second lap in. I was like after hitting the wall coming out of turn 2, like I knew I had to work my way forward after starting I think starting 12th, I believe, or 13th. But yeah, I was just like picking off cars, going like middle, low, and all, just trying to not use up the tires too much though, because since I was behind like those cars throughout the race, like I was just like not using the throttle up too much so I don't burn up too much of my tires. And yeah, the pit strategy was just basically like I'll just follow in. Like I know I have to get the stage points for the at lap 42, so I decided to like just pit like when it's like a good way through. I think that was the second caution that happened, and at that point I just try to get it through there, and it's like try to make it through stage 2 or stage 1, and then when that caution came out like later on, like after that point, I think that was using my last set of tires because I believe there was 2 sets of tires. But afterwards, I was thinking of like if I should have saved a set, because I think my teammates were saving a set for if another caution came out. But turns out that pit strategy was the correct choice there when I pitted around. I say like around the 50s, maybe. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, you came down lap 44 for the final stop, and
44, yeah.
Yeah, it ended up working out for you. Like you said, didn't have to use those tires or try to save those tires. I know you had John Smith coming hard there at the end and end up smacking the wall there just before getting to you. But I'm sure watching him in your mirror, that must have made you a little nervous as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was nervous, like watching the 10 and the 98 coming through, and just being behind me, because I was slowing the intervals just increasing or decreasing. I mean, and it's like they were just right behind me, and then I saw Jamie hit the wall there, and that kind of sacked a little bit of the 10 and 98. So, and then the 10 got by the 98, and I was just watching the 10 just coming, just like being behind me and all. I was just trying to hit my lines, getting the car in the bottom of 1 and 2, and just working that line in.
Well, next week we move on to Talladega Super Speedway for the finale of the season. How do you like your chances at Talladega, or are you another driver that kind of feels like super speedways are a bit of a crapshoot?
I say it's more of a crapshoot, but it's just luck, basically. What a mixture of skill as well. So We'll see how that race. I'm looking forward to it since I'm not sure how the points are after this race because it seemed like points are a little bit like mixed up. So I was looking forward to this race and how it comes out with the like who wins the championship and all.
Well, good luck next week at Talladega. You had quite a few shout outs in the chat here from Miguel, cheering you on here tonight, congratulating you on your win, telling you, cheering you on the whole way, especially with 10 laps to
Yep.
go. So before we let you go, anyone you got a shout out here tonight?
Shout out to my family always. Miguel is my dad. He always loves to cheer me on in these races. Got the first win in this series, I believe. So happy for that. My mom also watches as well, so shout out to her as well. Shout out to you guys for the broadcast. I always like watching them after these races, and I'll see how everyone's doing and all. It's like how everyone's strategies are. It's like good to see different strategies. Shout out to Daniel and all the admins for this league. It's always fun to race on these days, Tuesday, Thursdays. It's always fun to race with these guys, good drivers. And of course, shout out to my teammates Chris Leftwich and Mike Leftwich. Always fun racing with those guys. Uh, they they're really funny as well, man. Yeah, shout out to them. Always fun racing with them.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats on the win. Good luck next week at Talladega to round out the season, and we'll see where the points shake out. And like I said, it's going to be an exciting one coming right down to the finish.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You have yourself a great night.
Thank you. You too.
That was Christopher Simon, your race winner here from Texas Motor Speedway. That's going to do it for us here tonight. But tune in next week again for our season finale from Talladega Super Speedway, where we crown ourselves a champion. Again, anything can happen next week. We might have a surprise winner and a surprise champion in the end. So you're not going to want to miss it right here on Intensity Broadcasting. Then thank you to all of our great partners that make this happen. The league partners, Trackside NASCAR Outlet, Group 6, of course, the butt kicker for both our support as well as the league. Intensity Apparel. Check out IntensityRacing.com. Of course, Doghouse Racing League's website. All the links down in the description. All helps us out. Of course, Group 6 as well. And that's going to do it for us here tonight. So don't forget to tune in next week. And as our boy Atlee Atman would say,